Graduates, please be seated. Good morning, everyone. My name is Ben Wilkins. I'm the high school associate principal. I'd like to begin by thanking first our wonderful community of parents and students from all of our divisions. And I would also like to take a moment to welcome our special guests. Consul General, Miss Angela Kerwin. The YBM JIS Executive Director, Mr. Lee Dong-hyun. The KIS Jeju Executive Director, Mr. David Lee. And the Director of Education Bureau in Jeju Provincial Office of Education, Mr. Oh Sung-sik. Before we get started, if everyone could please put their phones on quiet. So, graduates, it is for a great achievement that we come together in this moment today. You have worked here, many of you, for 4 years and some even longer, just to get into those seats that you have now. But if I may, seniors, on your behalf, acknowledge some of the people who have also made this day possible. Because as we know, teamwork is one of the most important aspects of success. So let's begin by thanking your parents, as absolutely none of this would be possible without them. Family is the team that matters most and the group that will never change. Parents tell us who we are, where we come from. They guide us when we're not sure what to do next and listen to us when we need to talk. But most of all, our parents want us to succeed. And they've all made great sacrifices for you here today. Let us also remember that during all that learning you did, our faculty was here to teach in class, coach on the field, and advise when you're not sure. We're not family, but we are very dedicated to your success. Our teachers and faculty have talked, toiled, reflected, deflected, encouraged, and excited on a daily basis. So to parents and to teachers, I say thank you. So the parents sent you, the teachers taught you, but somebody still has to do all that work. Each of you are the final piece of that team. Getting it done alone is still getting it done, but doing it with someone else just makes it a little bit better. Remember each other and the support you've gotten from your friends and classmates, because without them, high school would have never been the same. So please, each of you, be thankful to your friends for making your time here more enjoyable, more productive, more fun, and exciting, but most of all, more memorable. In short, Dragons, take full responsibility for all the work that you have done, but be thankful to others for providing the chance to do so much. And with that, I'd like to welcome everyone to the 2018 Korea International School Jeju graduation ceremony. The class of 2018 sees our school beginning to flap its wings, to dream of flight towards faraway lands, to find a light, a path, a helping hand. Stuck on the ground, a dragon begins to sing. So what do we do now? Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Miss Christine Stamp-Jarabek.
Good morning, parents, grandparents, high school faculty, Consular Angela Kerwin, and distinguished guests, and the class of 2018. I stand before you today humbled by your accomplishments and awed by your collective commitment to build positive change around the world. When you decided to become a KISJ Dragon, you embarked upon one of the most important journeys of your life, a journey that has equipped you with the experiences and skills to successfully build a life where learning and service are at the forefront. As a class, you have clocked over 2,000 hours, or the equivalent of 90 days of service. Thank you for that. John Dewey, an American educationalist, wrote that education is not preparation for life. Education is life itself. What I believe that John Dewey means is that you need not undervalue your experience as a high school student. In fact, some of the most meaningful experiences that you'll ever have in your life happened here while you were at KISJ. Your first A, your first F, the first time you pulled the all-nighter to cram or to stay up gaming. High school might have brought you your first lead in the play, your first soccer goal, your last meal at J&J. High school is not a dress rehearsal. The emotional journey from adolescence to adulthood is a real journey with real rewards and real consequences. The utter joy that you felt when you earned an A on Mr. Baker's calculus exam is the same joy you're going to feel when you finally get that promotion at work. The sadness and despair that you felt when you lost a very good friend or you missed a deadline is the same disappointment that you'll feel for future losses. Class of 2018, rest assured, you have already started a very meaningful life. After today, you'll be expected to act and think like an adult, which is rather surprising, actually, given that very few adults are able to do this. When you feel unprepared for a decision or a new responsibility, just remember that you have a dragon backbone, and you will persevere. Think back to that AP Psych project where you lost all that sleep trying to analyze your sleep. Or remember how you finally got those applications into the Naviance at the very last moment. And that will prepare you for the tenacity that you'll need to continue to be strong and to be a dragon. In closing, I'd like to evoke lines from James Joyce's Portrait of the Artist as a Young Man. To live, to err, to fall, to triumph, to recreate life out of life. A wild angel appeared to him, the angel of mortal youth and beauty, an envoy from the fair courts of life, to throw open before him in an instant of ecstasy the gates of all the ways of error and glory. On and on and on and on. Graduates, take comfort in knowing that your contributions to KISJ will go on and on and on. Thank you and congratulations.
Angela Kerwin arrived in Seoul to take up the role of Consul General in August of 2017. She is a career Foreign Service officer who most recently served as the Principal Officer of U.S. Consulate General Matamoros, Mexico. She earned a Juris Doctor from the Dickinson School of Law and a master's degree in Strategic Studies at the U.S. Army War College. She previously served overseas tours in Colombia, India, the Dominican Republic, and Mexico. Within the State Department, Angela worked in the Bureau of Consular Affairs. She is joined in Korea by her 13-year-old son, Lucas, who helps her hone her negotiation skills on a daily basis. Please welcome U.S. Consul General, Minister Counselor for Consular Affairs, Ms. Angela Kerwin.
I'm pretty short, you can tell, huh? All right, good morning, everybody. How are you? Yeah, a little nervous? All right. It's a pretty nice day. It's not raining, so I'm thrilled to be here in Jeju with you. Thank you, Dr. Boyette, for the introduction, but more importantly, thank you for allowing me to share this day with you. Graduations are fun. They're exciting, they're full of energy and hope and joy for what comes next. And they should be filled with short speeches, so I'll try not to speak too long, okay? As Consul General of the United States in South Korea, I care deeply about sharing good ideas and new experiences between the United States and Korea. The Korea International School Jeju represents the greatness that can be achieved when people who want to succeed look globally for inspiration. Each of you sitting here today decided that you wanted to learn more about what it means to be a citizen of the world. And as a result of this search for knowledge, you're about to graduate from an international school with an American and Korean high school degrees. You and your families and your teachers decided it was important to be able to move among cultures and countries in our globalized society. And for that commitment to expanding your views outward, you should all be commended. When the Jeju campus of the Korea International School first opened, it envisioned providing a challenging American curriculum and creating a dynamic educational space in the heart of Korea's most famous island. As just the third graduating class from your school, you are pioneers in how students can bridge the education systems of two worlds and to look towards an international future. Having lived in 8 different countries since I've been an adult, I know how challenging and rewarding it can be to move beyond your comfort zone in your own culture and your own language. But what sets you apart from many is that you've started this process at an early age, and that will benefit you throughout your life. It's one thing to be 22 or 30 or 40 or 60 and run away to live in another country and learn about another culture, but to have started the process at your age, at your young age, will make it easier as you move through your life and become even more of a global citizen. You'll benefit from all of those perspectives. It makes me very glad to hear that this global mindset is continuing with all the wonderful colleges and universities you'll be attending in the United States, in the UK, in Canada, in Korea, and beyond. It's a tremendous accomplishment to be admitted to these selective schools. I graduated from Penn State. Anybody going to Penn State? Oh, yeah? All right. Nittany Lions in the front. You're going to be the best one in the class. Don't tell anybody else. Well done. We'll talk afterwards, okay? All right. Every one of you knows that being accepted to a university is more difficult than it ever has been. You should be very proud of your acceptances, which reward you for the hard work and the sacrifice that you and your families have given in the pursuit of education. Yet as much as I would like to say that the long nights and the early mornings and the worrying is over, the fact is the road to success is just starting. Graduates of the class of 2018, you are prepared well to face the challenges that lie ahead. You have the gifts of a great education, families invested in your well-being and in your future, and teachers and administrators who work hard to help you be the best that you can be. As you get ready to leave home and go out into the world, I hope you'll always remember that there is an entire community behind you rooting for you to succeed. You have friends, mentors, and educators who are here to offer you a supportive word or a listening ear, no matter where on the globe you'll be. Today, as you celebrate the culmination of many years of your primary and secondary education, I'd like to offer a few words of advice from someone, me, who was once in your shoes. It was a very long time ago, but at one point I was really in your shoes, I promise. So first, ask for help. Whether you find yourself in a new country or a new city or just a new situation, there'll be places that you don't know how to find, things you don't know how to do, and ideas that you just don't get. College life is about transition, and there's no shame in reaching out to those who know a little bit more to see if they can share what they've learned with you. Go to your professor's office hours. Form a study group. Seek advice from other students. Ask the janitor on campus. Reach out. Ask for help. Don't be afraid to do so. Learn from the experiences, mistakes, and advice of others so that you can move forward together. Second, seek the good. Choose to take the high road in your interactions with your community and offer your time and talents to others. Make decisions with personal integrity so you can look back proudly on the life you lead. Think about what it is that drives you and strive to channel that passion in the plans for your future. Helping others and giving to others pays dividends throughout your life. You will be busy and you'll have a lot of obligations at the universities and you'll have all sorts of things that you need to do, but I guarantee that you'll be satisfied and derive satisfaction from assisting others. Maybe it will be reading to young kids. Maybe it'll be serving as an interpreter for Korean or English. Maybe it's working or volunteering your time at a church or a civic organization. Doesn't matter what fits your niche. Just make sure that you're giving back and seeking the good. It will make some of the best memories of your life in doing this. Third, be curious. Seek opportunities to learn from others and make friends with those who are different, because learning from new experiences is the way you keep moving ahead. In a world where it's increasingly tempting to keep inward, look outward. Talk to people, real people, not just smartphone people. Snapchat is great, but having a real chat can be even better, okay? You have nothing to lose and everything to gain from expanding your world vision. There's no time like college to be exposed to people who are smart, ambitious, and diverse in their views. Embrace the opportunity and shape your global future. Be curious in what you seek. Finally, I'd ask number 4, take it easy on yourselves. Be kind to yourselves. Forgive yourself for your setbacks. Learn what you need to recharge your own batteries and be your own personal cheerleader. Don't be afraid if things don't go exactly as you have them planned right now. When I finished high school and I was sitting in your chair, it was my expectation that I would go to school, Penn State, well done, study science, and then go to medical school and become a cardiologist. My grandmother had died when I was 5 years old, and I had promised my grandfather that I would be a heart doctor when I grew up. In fact, I finished school with a science degree in biochemistry, and I took the medical school admissions tests. But I felt that something wasn't quite right. I decided to take some time to make the right decision for me. Instead of going to medical school, I joined the Peace Corps and spent 2 years as a Peace Corps volunteer in the Kingdom of Tonga. It changed my life. It wasn't what I expected when I graduated from high school, but I've turned out to have a pretty great life. My family is proud, and I've never had to cut into somebody's thoracic cavity and replace a heart valve, so we're good on that too. So things might not go exactly as you have planned, but remember, that could turn out to be for the best in the end. So my advice, ask for help, seek the good, be curious, and take it easy on yourselves. Class of 2018, I'll finish by commending you once again on your fantastic achievements. Congratulations on all that you've accomplished and all that lies ahead. Never forget what you've done here and carry that with you wherever life may take you. We are all very proud of you, and I know that this is just the beginning of your success. So, go Dragons!
Thank you, Mrs. Consul General. It's good advice for all of us, I think. I'll do my best to follow it as well. So we had a graduating class, but no song to sing, and that just couldn't be. So the musical trio of Mr. Vecca, 2016 graduate Daniel Kim, and 2017 graduate Raymond Gill put together their musical minds to complete the task. They found out that what we did actually have was a school song that was made back in the days that we were called the KS Jeju Islanders. Are there any Islanders here? One or two? We got a few. We have a few. Okay. As good as that one was, something better was still to come. And so the KS Jeju alma mater was born. And like that, well, I'd like to recognize Raymond. Is Raymond here today? I heard he was here. Where is Raymond? Oh, there he is. If everyone would please stand to sing the KS Jeju Dragons alma mater with our concert band led by Mr. John Leonard, our choir led by Miss Nadia Sinitskaya, and orchestra led by Miss Barbara Henry.
As the winter blossoms to spring, as the Hallamount starts to gleam, as the navy gold banners stream, our island spirit is seen. Time has come for dragons to fly, wings unfurled we take to the sky. Destinations we do design, we respect and we serve. KI's threads like the world. Yesterday footsteps we did take, and today we ponder the future, and tomorrow what the difference will make. Cause of KIS Jeju.
Thank you, everyone. Please be seated. Our next speaker is who we sometimes call that guy. He's one of those guys who just does it all. He's one of those people who teachers say, it doesn't matter. He'll get it done. Don't worry. He'll take care of it. He'll make sure everything's going to be all right. Apparently, our seniors feel the same way. After all, he's a bit hard to miss, isn't he? You can find him on YouTube doing student council announcements. You can find him on stage playing a cop or an etymologist. You can find him winning the best delegate of the New York MUN conference at Columbia University. You can even find him juggling in the hallways. But the best thing about Jae-woo Han is when you need him, you can always find him. I'd like to introduce our senior class speaker, Mr. Jae-woo Han.
Sorry, I'm a bit tall.
What's up? Okay, so because I've been given this privilege, I'm going to completely go off script just because I can. I'm just joking. Almost got you there. You were nervous. I saw it. Okay. All right, here we go. First off, I would like to thank all of you guys for that applause right there. That was the loudest applause I've ever received during high school. But considering your applause was this hard on my last day at KIS, if you wanted me to leave, you could have just told me sooner. No, but seriously, congratulations, guys. Pat yourself on the back. Go ahead. There you go. Thank you. You have just finished the most easiest part of our lives. Once we graduate and head out there into the jungle, we will have to do the most dreaded thing a high schooler can think of, being an adult. That means job applications, being safe on the streets, and worst of all, doing taxes. But don't be afraid, guys. As students of KIS, we have been given the privilege of a pristine education that has provided us a way to design our destination and navigate our present. That means when I'm applying for a job as a lawyer and they ask me what qualifies me for the job, I can confidently tell them that the mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell and that there are 14 lines in a Shakespearean sonnet. Because you may not be able to apply everything you learned in the classroom to the real world, I will teach you some things that I learned in KIS that we all could use. One of the things I learned was to not be afraid to break the rules. As Arnold Schwarzenegger once said, the key to success is to breaking the rules. Not the law, but the rules. I learned this at KIS every time I had a deli drink above the first floor. Yes, I was living the thug life, but allow me to explain. 3 years ago, Mr. Wilkins announced a rule of having no food above the first floor because people were being irresponsible and leaving their food trash everywhere and not cleaning after themselves. I was not very happy about that because I was one of the people who did clean after themselves and felt that the rule was unfair and did not apply to me. So from then on, I brought my own personal water bottle, filled it with deli drinks, and drank it above the first floor for 3 years. You could say I was breaking the rules and that I should be punished, but did I really do a bad thing? I was effectively reducing plastic waste by having my strawberry shakes in my own bottle. I was reducing trash by using a reusable bottle, and I was helping the economy by spending my money at the deli. Because I broke the rules, I could get what I wanted and also respected the school's facilities. So did I really break the rules? Yes, I did. I'm sorry, Mr. Wilkins. But because I know that you guys are some of the brightest and most talented people I've ever known, you don't need my advice. I know you will all go out into the world and challenge the societal rules, fighting off injustice, racism, and other forms of discrimination you may face. As mostly, Yasmin, Koreans going to university overseas, you may face these difficulties. But I know there are no better people to face the challenge, and I trust you will do fine. You guys are what made my high school life so amazing, and if not for every single one of you, I would not be up here to make this speech. Thank you for being my friends and making high school bearable, something I didn't think possible when I first moved here 4 years ago. And now I will go a little bit off script to thank someone very particular. And if that person wasn't here, none of the high school musical productions would be happening, or Stuco events would happen, and I would not be up here on this stage. I'd like to quickly thank my mother. After Dad passed away, it got a little difficult, but it was always Mom who held the house together. Literally, she had to plaster a wall. There's a hole once. Yeah, it was tough. But thank you, Mom. And so, because, yes, please. 어머니 감사합니다. Because this is supposed to be our, and not my, graduation speech, I wanted to include every single one of your favorite words into my speech. And so, as you may remember, I asked you for your favorite words. So if you hear your favorite word, know that you are very important to me, all 62 of you. I say 62 because out of our graduating class of 67 students, when asked to give their favorite English word, student Jane Jang said, quote, "No, go away, Jae-woo, people don't just have favorite words." Jenny Lee chose Lumiere, which is French. Hyun-sung chose Fernway, which is German. And Mike Kim chose Numinal Ultra Microscopic Siliconal Volcanocon, which is the longest word in the English dictionary and the shortest way of pissing me off. I find your lack of ability to follow directions disturbing and your graduation surprising. With the remaining 62 words, I made a poem for you guys. So here we go. In an epiphany of mine under the silence of the starlight yesterday, I realized it is no spoiler to say we look splendid today. Whether the weather is hot, raining, or there is snow, we don't just sit there looking for the tumult or blowing bubbles while being trapped in Seoul. With your vision seeing blue, yellow, and violet, it is not a hallucination when you say violence is invalid. So leave every kakistocracy, dictator, and empire devastated. Together we are strong, as Marxism once stated. Tuberculosis is bad and thermodynamics is bland, but not to mention piezo-cerumatic conduction and electromagnetic entropy is quite boring and sad. For science is not magic, but it makes you the money, so become a doctor and make that cold, hard cash shmoney. So ask Santa for Burberry, sweatpants, or strawberries, or anything nice to commemorate this anniversary. We are capable of winning any game like LeBron James, but make sure you don't lose to the hangover of fame. Huh, you may say? Jae-woo, what do you mean? I'm saying you must be good and not commit infidelity. So don't play hooky on your last day of school, graduate first so we can all go eat sushi, baguettes, or even macaroons by the pool. Remember one thing and one thing only, we are not pigs, chickens, or humpback whales in the water seen while sailing. We are dragons that are lit and will fly way up beyond the ceiling. Spread love and fairness like avocado on toast. Be merry and happy forever and ever more. That took way too long and was way less cool than I thought it was going to be, but thank you guys, love you all, and congratulations on graduation.
Thank you, Jae-woo. The class of 2018 has had the great good fortune to sit under the tutelage of Mr. John DeBon, our English Department Chair and AP Literature and Composition Teacher Extraordinaire, and has acknowledged the formative role he has played in their lives by selecting him as the faculty speaker for this morning's ceremony. Mr. DeBons first arrived on our little island in 2014 and quickly became an integral part of the school community. That first year, he personally crafted masks for a performance of Shakespeare's A Midsummer Night's Dream. His influence continued as he became increasingly involved with everything from the senior planning committee to the boys' swim team. His popular classes have both challenged and enlightened our students by teaching them how to thoroughly explore complicated issues while examining universal questions of the human condition through the medium of literature. We will be very sad to bid Mr. DeBon and his lovely family adieu, but wish them the best as they depart Korea shortly for Saudi Arabia, where they will continue their adventures in another international school. Please welcome Mr. John DeBon.
Okay, I guess I'm the same height as Jae-woo. Okay, I'm going to say two things. It's not fair that I have to go after Jae-woo, and I'm going to try hard not to cry, just so you guys know. Okay. Aw. Okay. So greetings to our distinguished guests, the faculty and staff, and the families of our soon-to-be graduates, and our returning graduates from previous years. I'm glad to be able to be. I'm glad you're able to be here today to help us celebrate this momentous occasion, but I'm really here to talk to my seniors. Seniors, thank you for this opportunity. It means a lot to me that you chose me to speak to you today. I came in with you 4 years ago, and I feel blessed that I get to graduate with you as well. I'll try to keep it short-ish, so we can all do what we actually came here for, and that's to see you walk across the stage and get your diplomas, and to go next door and get some cake in a few minutes. And now, I'm the last teacher you're going to be forced to listen to in high school, and I take that responsibility pretty seriously. So what I say to you should have some importance and some weight. It should help you out in life, or at least be entertaining. So first, I'm going to give you some advice like I was asked to do. So here's some way to make your life a little easier in college. Number one, base your schedule around when you feel most productive. In college, you get to schedule your own classes. My rule was nothing before 10 a.m. Number two, this one's for my wife, read your syllabus. Not knowing there's a test or a project due because you neglected to read a few pages is not an excuse your professors are going to buy. Really, trust me, I know. Read the syllabus, or better yet, put all those dates in your calendar so you don't forget. Number 3, go to the parties. Okay, or attend the mixers, attend to get to know you parties for your subject area, your dorm, your class, whatever. Don't skip these because you're shy or you think you don't need to go. Most of college is about those connections you make and the relationships you build along the way. Number 4, you're going to like this one. Grades are important, but not that important. Okay? Once you've achieved that 3.5 GPA, you can coast a little bit. The difference between an A and an A+ is negligible. It's much more important that you spend time learning about yourself than always striving for that 4.0. Number 5, some Latin. Fortes fortuna juvat. Fortune favors the bold. This means you need to go for that thing that you consider out of your league, whether that's a job opportunity, a chance for an internship with that person you really admire, or asking out that pretty girl or that handsome boy in your class. You never know what you can accomplish until you really try. Seriously, if they're really, really cute, you should go for it. I mean, it worked for me. Aww. Okay. My last piece of advice is to build yourself and not your resume. You need to figure out what kind of person you want to be, not just how many clubs or activities you can join. A person who can speak well about all that they learned and what they did in college has a much better chance of getting that interview than someone who just has tons of things listed on the resume, but no good stories to tell. Like Doctor Who said, we're all stories in the end, just make it a good one. Okay, now comes the sad part. Okay. In the past 4 years, we've spent close to 750 days in high school. Well, those of you who actually came to class every day and didn't take off as many days as possible spent 750 days here. You know who I'm talking to. So 750 days is 5,040 hours or 302,400 minutes. This has been a huge amount of time in your young lives, and I hope that you feel that you made the most of those 300 minutes and they were well spent. 300,000 minutes and they were well spent. Now, I assume that for most of you, this has seemed like the longest 4 years of your life. But hopefully, it was the best 4 years so far anyway. For me, it was barely a blink of an eye. Yesterday, we were sitting in my 9th grade English class, all bright-eyed, nervous to begin a new school year and to start new chapters in your lives. You are highly charged, energetic puppies. I fondly remember our trip to Gyeongju. This was the first time I got to know you guys outside of the classroom, and I was surprised. I mean, I couldn't believe that one person could get lost so many times. Right, Ben? I'll never forget our service learning trip to Vietnam, the fun we had at Ha Long Bay, the shopping, the great food, or the service project itself, where my group hauled wheelbarrow after wheelbarrow of dirt from a nearby hill to a site where we helped to build a kindergarten for a local village. I don't think that red clay ever came out of our white shirts. Some of the girls helped the skilled craftsmen lift heavy cement tiles up to complete a roof. Some people hauled off construction debris toward the building site, and others dug holes to plant young trees by hand. The other group got to paint and play with kindergartners. I'm not saying which group had the hard job, but, okay. Now you're seniors, and you're about to graduate, and I cannot believe how much you've grown, both physically and as people. When we went to Udo Island early this year, nobody got lost, and you didn't give us food poisoning from your cooking. Good job. Thanks. We have discussed deep philosophical topics, like what truly makes a character a human, the potential of the AI takeover, and the philosophy of Rick and Morty. You performed Shakespeare to your classmates and only messed up like 30 times. You've dominated every sport KIS has to offer. You've performed to standing ovations on stage. You've created beautiful music that you generously shared with the whole community. You started new clubs that no one before you was brave enough to even attempt. In every way, you've become leaders of this school. In your classes, you've written countless drafts of your college essays, research papers, lab reports. You've discovered just how important it is to do homework, even if it isn't going to be graded. You'll learn how to talk to your teachers and make relationships with people other than your peers. You're now mature young adults ready to take on the world. You've truly leveled up. However, this fall, you will once again become those bright-eyed, nervous freshman puppies ready to begin a new life in a new school and start new chapters of your lives. It's been almost 30 years since I graduated from high school, and I honestly have no idea who the speakers were in my high school graduation. I hope that it's not going to be true 30 years from now, We're lucky to live in a world where we have access to things like Skype and Facebook and Kakao, or whatever comes out in the next 10 years that maybe one of you creates that's going to blow all those things away. I hope that in 30 years I can ask my personal AI, again, that one of you creates, to find out where each and every one of you are and what you're all doing, so I can look back and say that I was a small part of that wonderful thing you accomplished. The doctor who saved 1,000 lives or created a cure for some strange disease. The teacher who lives internationally because she was inspired by our teachers here. The journalist who just won his 3rd Pulitzer Prize. The graphic designer who won another award for their designs. Or the historian who just wrote the first book. Whatever path your future takes, I hope that you let us continue to be a part of it. I've only had 4 years with you, 4 fantastic years that I'm never going to forget. I'm not ready to let you guys go, but let you go I must. I know you're all going to do great things. I know you're all going to make a difference. But remember to make that difference for yourself, not for anybody else. Don't do it for your families. Don't do it for your teachers sitting up here in front of you. Do what you want, do it well, and make yourself happy. This is all any of us can ask for you. So now I'm going to end with a Shakespeare quote, like you knew I would. Here it is. Forever and forever farewell. If we do meet again, why, we shall smile. If not, why then this parting was well made. Congratulations, class of 2018. Thank you.
Something has changed within me. Something is not the same. I'm through with playing by the rules of someone else's game. Too late for second guessing. Too late to go back to sleep. It's time to trust my instincts. Close my eyes and leap. It's time to try defying gravity. I think I'll try defying gravity, and you can't pull me down. I'm through accepting limits, 'cause someone says they're so.
Some things I cannot change, but till I try, I'll never know.
Too long I've been afraid of losing love. I guess I've lost. Well, if that's love, it comes at much too high a cost. I'd sooner try defying gravity. Kiss me goodbye. I'm defying gravity, and you can't pull me down. Unlimited. My future is unlimited. And I just had a vision almost like a prophecy. I know it sounds truly crazy and true. The vision's hazy. But I swear someday I'll be up in the sky, defying gravity, flying so high, defying gravity, and never pull me down.
Are you ready? I think we're ready to go. We will now present the diplomas to the KS Jeju class of 2018.
배유석 칼라. 방찬영 패트릭. 조재성 제이. 조수연 리사. 조연재 스카일러. 최정원 클로이. 최정빈 토머스. 최우진 다니엘. 예스민 루이스 데일리. 하헌서 오스카. 한재우. 한기훈 제이콥. 허보윤. 허수범 션. 허서윤 앨리슨. 허유빈 러드니. 허유빈 카트리나. 홍다혜 다이아나. 허정윤 윤. 임진희. 장정원 제인. 장태환. 전성욱 사이먼. 진유경 지니. 조안나.
정병욱 카일, 강신희 에이미, 김범준 데니스, 김법진 에이든, 김다원 소피아, 김희재 첼시, 김재한 다니엘, 김정헌 에드워드, 김진경, 김준곤 애덤, 김고은 케이트, 김민수 케빈, 김문성 윌리엄, 김수민 제스민, 김수경 수, 김성도 리오, 김태준 케빈, 김연석 벤, 김용수 마이크, 김유준 라이언, 권재홍 러셀, 권주용 리오, 이든해 아이반, 이은서 제니, 이건 데이빗, 이혜림 레미, 이현승, 이재희, 이지윤 줄리, 이지윤 제니퍼, 이준학 준, 이산, 이서연 세라, 이선재 에이미, 이예원, 이영균 케빈, 민예솔 아일라, 나석균 마틴, 나태웅 콜린, 박정국, 박정국, 신채이 소피아, 여다연,
One final step to this process. This morning when you walked into the gym, you came in as seniors. As you leave now, you're leaving as graduates. Please move the tassel from right to left to signify your transition. Congratulations.